The Stoic truth about masturbation. Is it destroying your mind, body, and spirit? They don't want you to know this truth. In a world where men scroll endlessly, chasing empty pleasure, one habit has silently enslaved millions. Masturbation. Some call it harmless. Others call it necessary. But Stoicism asks a deeper question. Does this serve your highest self, or does it chain you to your lowest desires? Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But what happens when you hand that power over to lust? In this video, we will strip away the excuses and look at masturbation not just as an act of the body, but as a test of the soul. Spiritually, physically, financially, and mentally, is it building you or destroying you? Stay with me, because by the end, you'll never look at this act the same way again. Section 1. Spiritual consequences. The Stoics believed that the highest calling of man was to live in harmony with reason, virtue, and nature. But when we indulge in constant masturbation, what happens spiritually? Epictetus warned, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Spiritually, every time you give in to lust without resistance, you strengthen the chains of slavery within. You train your soul to obey the body, instead of the body obeying the soul. Masturbation is not just a private act. It is a battle of mastery. Do you command your desire, or does desire command you? A man who cannot control his urges cannot be trusted with greater power, greater responsibility, or even greater freedom. Spiritually, you weaken the essence of self-control, which the Stoics saw as the very root of virtue. Instead of rising above your passions, you are dragged down by them. And when the spirit is enslaved, even if the body feels satisfied, the soul feels empty. The Stoics would not call this freedom. They would call it bondage. Section 2. Physical consequences. The Stoics taught that the body is a servant of the soul, a vessel through which reason and virtue are carried out. But when a man abuses his body through excess, he dulls the very tool given to him by nature. Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Physically, masturbation may seem harmless, a quick release, a moment of comfort. But repeated daily, it drains energy, weakens focus, and leaves the body in a cycle of false pleasure and real fatigue. Your body learns to crave what is easy instead of what is worthy. The muscles of discipline weaken, while the addiction to sensation grows stronger. Instead of using strength to build, train, and conquer, the body becomes trained to collapse into indulgence. Nature designed desire for creation, not for endless consumption. The Stoics would ask, if you are pouring your vitality into the soil of lust, how much strength will remain for the battles of life? A strong body must serve a strong soul. But when the body is enslaved to lust, even the strongest man will appear weak. Section 3. Mental and emotional consequences. The mind is the throne of man. It is where judgment, focus, and vision are born. But when the mind is clouded by lust, it cannot see clearly. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You become what you give your attention to." If your attention is constantly chained to images of pleasure, fantasies, and escape, then what becomes of your mind? It becomes restless, distracted, and dependent. Masturbation, when habitual, trains the brain to seek the fastest path to pleasure rather than the hardest path to greatness. Instead of sharpening the mind for study, work, or creation, it dulls it with endless cravings. Emotionally, it breeds shame. The Stoics warned against emotions that weaken the soul: guilt, regret, and anxiety. A man who spends his nights in indulgence often spends his mornings in self-contempt. This is not the path of tranquility, nor of peace. The mind becomes at war with itself, desiring one thing, but regretting the very act it desired. And when the mind loses discipline, life itself loses direction. Section 4. Financial and practical consequences. Time is wealth. Attention is currency, and both are stolen by unchecked desire. Seneca once reminded us, "It is not that we are given a short life, but that we make it short." Every hour lost to lust is an hour stolen from ambition. Every night wasted in indulgence is a morning stolen from productivity. Financially, the habit may appear invisible. After all, no money changes hands when you give into it. But the cost is hidden in opportunity. How many men have lost focus in their studies? How many miss the discipline to rise early, work harder, and build more? How many let the fire of their youth be consumed by pleasures that give nothing back? The Stoics taught that self-control is the foundation of greatness. Without it, wealth cannot be built, success cannot be maintained, and freedom cannot be preserved. A man chained to lust will always remain poor, not only in his pocket, but in his purpose. Practical life rewards those who guard their time and energy. Waste them on fleeting pleasure, and the world will pass you by. Section 5. The Stoic Alternative. Mastery over desire. The Stoics never taught us to hate desire, but to master it. They understood that the problem is not the body, but the man who lets the body rule over him. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. And what is more within our control than the choice to resist or to indulge? The alternative to being enslaved by masturbation is not a life of repression, but a life of direction. Instead of scattering your strength on passing urges, you channel it into growth, into training your body, sharpening your mind, building your craft, and pursuing higher virtues. The Stoic man does not waste his fire on the ashes of lust. He saves it for the battles that matter: discipline, wisdom, justice, and courage. To master desire is to regain sovereignty over your soul. And once the soul stands tall, no urge, no addiction, no weakness can pull it down. So, is masturbation good for you? The world will tell you it's harmless, that it's natural, that it doesn't matter. But the Stoics saw life differently. They asked not, is it normal? But does it make you stronger? Does it make you freer? Does it make you virtuous? Spiritually, it chains the soul. Physically, it drains the body. Mentally, it weakens the mind. Financially, it wastes the wealth of time and energy. The truth is this: every time you indulge in lust, you make a choice. A choice to serve pleasure, or to serve purpose. A choice to be mastered, or to master yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Now the choice is in your hands. Will you continue feeding weakness, or will you rise and walk the Stoic path of discipline, mastery, and true freedom?" If this message resonated with you, then remember, strength grows when it is shared. Subscribe, share this with a brother who needs it, and let us continue walking the path of Stoic wisdom together. Because in the end, the man who conquers himself conquers the world.